Now, some celebrities have endorsed political parties. So celebrities such as Michael Afrani, Sarkodia, Tintin, and Tietia, Samini, Kwesi Otin, Diana Samuel, Great Tampon, Dadilumba, Keche, Kwame Apia, Prince David Osei, Matilda Asari, Tracy Buachi, Mr. Beautiful, Nicolas Samania Champo, just to mention a few. Now, this political endorsements, will it influence your vote? Now, listeners, I'm giving you the chance to call me. So phone lines are open now. 0302-216-568. All right, or 0267-300-327. I need you to share your opinions with me. Will celebrity endorsements will it influence your vote? Yeah, your favorite star. You find out that your favorite star has endorsed a political party. Now, if you go to vote, will you say that because this artist A or artist B, has endorsed this political party, you are also going to vote? Yeah, because if you belong to a certain cult and the leader has endorsed a political party, I mean, since you love them, will it influence it? Let's speak with Nana Kweku David from Tema. Good morning. Okay, I'm not getting him. Okay, so I would need you to share your thoughts in very interesting. And I'll be reading on air. Okay, or you talk to us and let us know what you think. All right. So since I'm not getting through to them, it looks like my phone lines I'm having technical problems with my phone. It's very unfortunate. Okay, good. Now let's speak with Lexi from Sun City. Good morning.
Yeah, Andy, good morning.
Hi Lexi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Right, please shoot.
I'm not sure a celebrity can influence my vote. No matter what. If what we are expecting from the government, they are not doing it, then the celebrity that has been paid to do his job, no, I'm not sure. He cannot influence me. No matter what.
Why are we so why are we always saying that they've been paid? What if a celebrity hasn't been paid? Better yet, he believes in the ideologies of a political party.
Okay, if he believes in the ideology, that's him. But if I don't believe in your ideology, the fact that I support you doesn't mean I should go in your favor because you believe in the president's ideology.
Right. I do agree with you. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us, Lexi. Let's get back to Nana Kweku David from Tema. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Papa Doc.
Yes, Nana, you're on air.
Nana Kweku David from Tema, Michelle. Okay, I think they can influence by 100%. They can influence. Even see, can you imagine Shatawale endorsing, like, let's say, I will not mention any party name, but endorse some party. You see, so the number of people that the crowd, so they can influence. I think they can.
Right. Thank you very much. Let's get to North Legon and speak with Godwin. Godwin, good morning.
Good morning, Sedofi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. To me, I think a celebrity cannot convince me to vote for his or her political party because maybe the person have much interest in that party, but I don't have that interest. So me loving the celebrity doesn't mean whatever the celebrity does, I also have to do.
Right.
So that's my take.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to us, Godwin. All right. So, share your thoughts on 0302-216-568, 0267-300-327. I'll pick just two more, and that'll be it. And then we get back to the studio to discuss. Will a celebrity endorsement influence your vote? Let's get to mile 7 and speak with Gerald. Good morning, Gerald.
Hey, Andy, Dusty, Daybreak.
Yes, you're on air.
Yeah, Andy, well, it depends because we have hardcore, like those who support political parties based on tribal and then like ethnic and those things. And then the hardcore ones outside the tribal, the hardcore, like how we have hardcore musical fans and all those things. But then those people's votes cannot be influenced by any celebrity or whatever. But then the floating voters, those who haven't decided which way to vote in an election, they are likely to be influenced by these celebrities endorsement because yes, they have their favorite arts, and because they don't have any party to vote for now, they don't know the party to vote for now, and their favorite celebrity is endorsing a particular party. They are likely to follow that the words of their celebrity to vote for. But then aside that, they can't really influence any other hardcore party foot soldier to change any of them their mind. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Gerald. I'm so grateful for your time. All right, so that'll be it, right? I guess. Okay, one more. So let me pick one more. Some are also saying that, well, the celebrities are rather putting them off. Let's get to Adenta and speak with Timer. Good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Yes, Timer, you're on air.
Yeah, my name is Timer. I'm speaking from Adenta. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, please, I agree with the point that celebrities influence their fans for votes. For instance, let's say me, I'm an hardcore SM fan. And then endorsing a political party is more or less like being a brand ambassador for a product. You understand me, Andy? Because if, let's use Setawale as an example. If Setawale is a brand ambassador for Storm Energy drink, and I normally drink Ras or I don't go next level. Because Setawale is an ambassador for Storm Energy drinks, I will start patronizing Storm because I believe that because Setawale being an ambassador, because I like him, so I would go for Storm. You understand me? And the same way, it applies to the politics. If I'm being influenced by an artist who I believe in, who I trust, who is my role model, and that artist is telling me to vote for a particular political party, why won't I do it? Because from day one, I've been believing in him and his works. And I know everything that he chooses means good. So celebrities influences their fans for vote. It is very true. It's very true.
All right. Well, thank you very much. So from what you're saying, you'll be influenced to vote. I agree. All right. So in the studio, Mr. Logic is here. Majority Chief Whip.
I'm going to call on Logic again.
Tapanaris Don
Tapanaris, Chief Whip.
And the Majority Chief Whip.
Yes.
Right. And Sadiq Abdullah Abu is also here. Minority Chief Whip. Yes.
Don Lakadaris. Don Minority Chief Whip. Don Takaris.
And Sadukumi is also here.
Independent candidate. Yeah.
So, which Don what?
Don Indy.
Don Kumi.
Don Kumi.
Yeah. Independent candidate.
Don Kumi. All right. In the studio is our newest panel and the only female, Ria Nakwa. Ria is...
it's not balanced, but it's fine. At least
it's all right. Yeah. You know, at one time we had AJ Doku with us. Remember? Yeah. So, Ria is an entertainment pundit, social media expert, and she's an actress. You know, she's a stage actress. So, as you can see. Ria, welcome.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So, let me begin with the Majority Chief Whip.
Ladies first.
Oh, she's new. Let's pardon her. Yes, all protocol observed. Majority, when you go to Parliament, there's nothing like ladies first. Parliament is for serious-minded people. Serious-minded people.
You are bringing very serious.
It's a place for serious-minded people. So,
like who?
Like you. No, but I want to see you in Parliament, man. I see you getting into Parliament in the next 4 years, Sadiq. Inshallah, yes. Yeah. So I want to see you
the
there.
Future is
and I'll throw my weight behind you.
Of course, by all means. Of course, we want him to be there.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning.
Right, good morning.
Yes.
Honorable. So what about celebrity endorsements? Will you be influenced to vote?
Of course, yes. I mean, it works. Andy, good morning. Sorry. Good morning. Let me just greet everybody.
for the NDC.
Over the weekend, say they
will influence you to vote for the NDC.
Over the weekend, I was a moving pick. Yeah,
Right.
Michacha had a show, and
I was there
yeah,
too.
You were there.
No, I was there on Friday.
Oh, okay.
KKD had the finest hangouts. There's a new show, so they invited me over.
Great.
And we surprised Kojentry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was his birthday.
Man,
Kim Promise and Darko vibes.
Nice. I met some big men, and they were so happy to meet me. Of course, they listen to this show every morning. I was just telling Agla. And why won't it influence? It will, because when we say celebs, we are talking about influencers. Not everybody is a celeb. As a matter of fact, not every artist is a celeb. We've got artists who don't have core fan base. The kind of fan base that will listen to them and do according to what they say. It depends who you are contracting. If you contract someone like Shatta Wale, of course, if it's 3 million people, and if he is contracted and paid, and he decides to work, it will work. Because if he asks his fans to vote for NPP, and regardless of their personal opinions about the party, the love for Shatta Wale will influence their vote. It works. Possibly it will not influence the whole Ghana, but then that 3 million following, that fan base that he has, will listen to him.
What about people who don't like him?
People who don't like you are not your fans.
No, wait a minute.
Yes.
So, it's not just about fans. Okay, supposing I support NDC.
And yet you're a Shatta fan.
And I'm a Shatta fan.
Yes.
And Shatta decides to endorse, or he endorses the NDC party. If I don't like Shatta Wale.
And it's not just about endorsing the party. It's about being able to influencing people.
That's what I'm saying. If I don't like you, how will you influence me? I don't like you.
If I can speak about something you don't like for you to like it. It works. That's why it's called influencers. Influencing is not just when your picture or your face is on the product. It's how you can promote the product. MPP may be bad to you, but I can speak of the good things that they've done for you to love MPP. So for me, I think it's in a good direction for influencers to be contracted for political agendas. It works, but it depends on who you are contracting and their personal ability to speak on the party, because we have artists who cannot even express themselves in a way of being able to convince people to understand the party's manifesto and the things they've done. We've got people who are on party panels and they say nothing because they are not speakers. Do you understand? So, this is like it's 100% thing. It depends on who you are contracting and what they say. We've got people who are not celebs, yet they are so insightful that they can speak to an extent that you start to believe in them. A
typical example is Sadiq.
Yes, Sadiq is not a celeb. He's a social celeb. He's a social celeb. He's a social celeb. He's popular.
Socialite.
Yes, and he has his ways of speaking. Even though most of his things are propaganda. NDC, they are good in propaganda. They know how to twist and turn. Yeah. So when you meet an NDC man, like who said that? Socrates. He said, when you see an NDC man, use your third eye, because they are corny, Sadiq is here, but serious NDC people. You see what Sami Jenfi is doing. He has a way of. The last time I think I gave a lady a lift, and she said,
"Sharp guy."
When I asked her what party do you belong. She asked for a lift, then I picked her. So she greeted. I said, "Fine." We were going like 5 minutes. I said, "What party are you voting for?" I just asked her straight. She said, "What party are you?" I said, 4 more. And he said, "Oh, me too, 4 more." I said, "Okay, nice, that's good. Make sure you vote." But he said, "But do you listen to Sami Jenfi? That guy." That's what I said. Don't worry about Sami Jenfi. Oh, we are taking care of him. So such a propagandist like Sami Jenfi, they have a way of polishing a lie to be the truth. So these are all serious influencers.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
You're calling Sami Jenfi a liar.
Oh, come on.
Ria.
Why can't I call him a liar? It's not everything he says that's the truth.
It's all right.
I suspect Ria
she hasn't mentioned.
She's a mama girl.
She hasn't.
No. I
beg.
You don't belong,
okay. I don't belong.
Then I give you 4 more. I prophesied 4 more.
Convince me.
She says convince.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
And the only logic person.
I know. On fire shell code or the best sign. We are shoot.
Yeah, so I think I'm somewhere in the middle because I think political parties also have cult following, and also celebrities in quotes have cult following. So I mean, I was doing my research about this show before coming on it, and I saw a gentleman come and lie on the floor for Shatawale to touch him and all those things. And I think, I mean, for someone like that, if whatever Shatawale likes, he likes, okay, whatever. I mean, we're all here when the love for some celebrities instigated violence in Ashaiman. Okay, so I think, of course, there are people who are cult followers of some celebrities who would be convinced to vote for a particular political party. But also some political parties have very cult following. I mean, in Tema where I live...
you just mentioned where you live. Okay.
Doesn't mention the community.
Yes, so...
No, because people were already
community
asking...
withheld.
People were already asking on Twitter.
Still zone in. Yeah. They'll zoom into Tama.
No, they'll come away for the toll booth.
Every Sunday, your toll booth.
Madam, Pacho, yeah, 2 hours. Yeah,
Community withheld. But where I am, I mean, they are cult followers of the two very popular political parties, which is MPP and NDC, and sometimes a lot of ruckus goes on where we live. So I think, I mean, whether I like it or not, some will be convinced. Some may also not be convinced because of their cult following for a particular political party they, like or are affiliated to. Yeah.
Brief. Thank you. Sadiq.
Andy. Okay, so
can you make it brief?
Yeah.
Like how many minutes?
We need to. Oh no, I mean let's go. I mean, celebrities are powerful. I mean, they are influential, and they could influence a lot of things, including products and everything. But you recognize that there are few things that speak to the reality of people that celebrities cannot convince them on. Politics, religion. These are things that speak to the realities of people. So it is not the fact that they are celebrated that would let them feel anything. For instance, if I for instance, do not have water, or do not have water, or for instance, if a particular year a number of roads had been done and I didn't got in my road, it is not what you tell me that would take me away from my reality. If I don't have a job, for instance, and you're saying all is rosy, it is not what you tell me that will take me away from my reality. Again, it's the same as religion. The fact that Shatawale pursues a certain religion is not what will convince everybody to also go and follow the religion. If he's a Muslim, it doesn't mean that everybody will also be a Muslim. If he's a Christian, it doesn't mean that. So there are few things that speaks to the realities of people that celebrities, it's almost negligible. However, in politics, you need a certain amplification effect to most of the narratives and things that you put out. So that is why, for instance, you come to the radio station, you go to the TV station, you have a whole communication app so they can amplify your narratives for you. So what the celebrities do for political campaigns is that they bring a certain amplification effect to the narratives and the messages. But as to whether it does eventually, influence, is something that needs to be looked at. And in our case in Ghana, in looking at it, you cannot look at it without looking at the stats and the situation here. Here in Ghana, when the two parties lose elections at every point in time, they're able to maintain their 44% or more. So from 2000, you realize that when NDC lost in 2000, they were able to maintain their 44%. When 2004, the same thing. 2008, they came up in the first round, but the second round they had won. Same thing when they lost in MPP also lost. They keep offing either a little bit above the 44%, 45, 46. What that tells you is that both parties have a certain core base of between 44 to 47%, core base of party people. That's why they spend time building order. So you see, from the top, the national, actually they start from the down, where you have the various smaller units of the parties in the constituencies. Either it's called the ward or the branches. Then you come down to, from the ward to branches to the constituency level. From the constituency level, there are officers as well. You come to the regional level where there are officers and there's a whole party structure. Yes. From there as well, you come to national as well. So you realize that both parties have invested in a whole structure right, that enables them to create. That's what they call the electoral machine or vote winning machine or something like that. They built a machinery made up of people in the various different units of the country, which they leverage. So you realize that the first point of call for every party's campaign is they go to their people. They use their grassroots, so they will start from the national, then it flows down to the regional. Regional flows down to the constituencies. In the various constituencies, it goes down to the branches, the polling ward or anything like that. So they've got that. And both parties, when they lose power or not, are able to maintain their 44%. So what does that tell you? What that tells us is that there's a certain core base that both parties have. Now, for you to win the election, you need to convince a certain 6 to 7%. 6 to 7%. Some of them are floating voters. Some of them.
What does that got to do with celebrity endorsements?
I'm building the point to you that you cannot look at the
NDC analysis.
No. But this is a more general. This is a more general analysis.
No, fine.
Go straight to the point.
Go straight to the point, Sadiq.
To the point.
So go straight to the point.
Intellectual conversation.
Which one are you crazy? What you talking about?
Like intellectual
somebody
conversation.
talking about intellectual conversation.
You cannot look at the matter. So now, even if I have a very objective conversation, you will allow make your MPP go influence.
Which MPP? What has MPP got to do with it?
Charlie,
go straight to
the make it feel like I'm messing me or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 defenders.
If I do a Maradona,
let me land. Let me land and allow the MPP people to take
over. Don't bring party issues.
Because that's what they do.
Please, go straight to the point.
Andy,
because of time, you used 5 minutes to tell us
so
about
Andy,
the ideologies.
I don't know, because you can't look at it in isolation. You need to build it. So, for instance, like I said to you, I've stated to you that
now it's 4 minutes after 9.
Yes, influencers or celebrities will bring you the amplification effect when it comes to politics, because politics and religion speak to the realities of the people that you cannot do without. However, I'm saying to you that for you to look at it and effectiveness of it within our context in Ghana, you need to look at it from the history of politics in Ghana and elections. And that's why I'm building the point to say to you that there's a certain 6 to 7% people that both parties need to be able to convince. But in convincing, obviously, you need to amplify. So some of your narratives, for instance, if Samini is on board, for instance, maybe if they had struggled to put out have a certain resonating effect for a message, Samini could carry it and give it to you. But there's a core party base that he needs to scale beyond that. And within the 6% as well, there's people that have a certain reality. And I've started giving you an example. If I don't have roads, if I don't have a job, if I don't have certain things, which is my reality, it is not the celebrity factor or the distinct factor that will turn or take me away from my reality. That's the point that I'm saying. But regardless, celebrities obviously have a certain level of influence. And in politics, they'll bring you that amplification effect. As to how it will influence you, Charlie, you forget. When the people are disappointed, when they don't have the things and they have their realities. Do you know how many celebrities that jumped on the NDC campaign in 2016?
At that time, it's the NDC you had.
So people are disappointed.
I want to.
No, but if people are disappointed,
the reference is making.
People
NDC
had a certain reality
election
at the time in the 2016.
Yeah, doom so.
Yes, they had it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That was their reality. So it was not what the celebrity, particularly when they know that you've been paid. When you've been paid to do it, it's different, particularly when they are feeling it. But in terms of products, everybody drinks water, for instance. Everybody drinks energy drink. You would purchase it regardless. So even if you are paid, the weight with which I'll put on those messages are different from the weight that speaks to me about my reality. That is the thing about it. So that's the point that we all said. The reality at the time was a certain thing that was happening. It was not the celebrities that have been paid to jump on the campaign wagon or anything like that had a certain influence. But obviously, they will bring good amplification effects.
Right. And Ria made a very good point right now, some reference. I would like if she can share.
Not the reality part.
No, the reality. No, but she said she wanted to say.
No, it was about. I mean, I'm just siding. I was siding with you there.
I know.
Yeah. So I was siding with you when it came to the realities. I mean, when people don't have basic amenities such as water and electricity, it also influences their vote. Okay, because as he was saying, I was in school during the Doomso era, and at the time it was 24 hours of no light and 12 hours of light, and I think it was rotating between the two sides of campus. So if I know I have 24 hours light off at this part of campus where my hostel is, I have to travel to the other side of campus to be able to send in my assignments, to be able to type in my project work, so
that was
it was
a reality at the time.
It was our reality. So I think when another political party comes in and promises us that, okay, we are going to do good. And let me just chip in even once we're talking about education. I mean, people were not getting money to take their children to school. There were smart children in the villages who were not getting the opportunity to study in senior high schools. And then a political party comes and says, if I come to power, your child will be able to go to school and also get a chance to go into the university. Of course, I would vote. I would vote for you.
Right. I see. Ernest.
Yeah, Andy. You see...
Can I say something else? But this brings me back to the cult following. Are you saying that people who didn't vote for Nanado didn't have children, didn't have relatives who didn't have money to take their children to school?
So that's
like, you see, that's a cult following. I am poor. I don't have money to take my child to senior high school. But Mahama is not promising me free education, but I decide to vote for Mahama.
Wait, so in this case, is that not the same question I asked you? So supposing...
That's a typical.
I'm a typical
useless poor woman.
And no.
A typical useless poor woman.
Don't go there.
That's a cult follower.
You call yourself a cult follower and you are poor. You are poor and your children are homeless.
Logic.
Without education. No, you don't have sense.
Logic.
We are having an intellectual conversation.
Logic. You know there are poor people today.
Sadiq, hold on. Sadiq.
But there's massive corruption that is happening.
Please, I just stopped Logic. I just stopped him.
There's massive corruption. He doesn't have the money.
Poverty is
Sadiq.
Poverty.
Of course,
poverty is a choice. It's a choice.
If you're lying, that's what happens.
We define entertainment. We define entertainment. We define entertainment. We define entertainment. Hitz FM.
Hitz 103.9 FM. Now, Ernest, you were on the floor.
The last time I checked, I was the one who was on the floor.
Right, please.
Now I'm in the gutter. Yeah. Andy, you see, Saeed was, Baba Sadiq was saying something. And I think that we should look at that one too. Because if you look from the Fourth Republic, all the two political parties, the big two political parties, they have some core funds that are unchangeable. Because I was born into a particular political party, I was trained with the ideologies of the political party. So the political party becomes part of me. So it makes it difficult for you to do away with it. Sometimes it is tribal.
To be a religion.
Sometimes it is tribal. I remember I know some people that when we were young. No, we still in it. We still in it. It's a gradual process. We will get to a point where people will be looking at basically the promises and the ideas you bring out. You see? So I know people who were told, look, this political party, when they came into power, your grandfather was beaten, blah, 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 blah. And when you vote for them, you count yourself out of the family, blah, blah. Such people are there. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they've been brought up with those ideologies. So that becomes the basis of their choices they make. So between 44 to 47, yes, it's conk. The two political parties, they have it. The rest is the people who are undecisive.
6 to 7%.
Look, as I'm talking to you now, based on what I've heard and what I've seen, I've made up my mind. Nobody can change it. That is my reality, what I see and what I believe in. And because some of us, we are exposed to certain information, pieces of information that the ordinary person, when I say ordinary, quote and unquote, may not be privy to, you are more well informed in terms of the promises, the ones that are achievable or not, and all these kind of things. So you calculate your 1 and 2s and just oppose it to what you think is the reality and the truth. Then based on that, you take a decision. So let's say if you are influential, yes, but politics is bread and butter issues.
It's not like products.
Yeah, bread and butter issues. Have you eaten? Do you have money? Do you have a job? Do you have light? Do you have health? Do you have food? Do you have this? The basic things that the person needs. If that person doesn't have it, and that person decides to vote for a political party because, okay, I believe in this person as my idol, as my role model, then I do that, which means that person is sacrificing his livelihood for the love of that person. And I don't think Ghanaians will do that. So if you're a celebrity and you come to endorse a political party, what you do is you bring the attention to that political party so that they can channel their message through you to reach out to your people to find out whether they will be convinced or not. Look, we know celebrities who have command. But let me tell you, if any celebrity, no matter who that person is, cannot endorse a Kuyadonko and make a Kuyadonko president. If you say I lie, somebody should come and tell you.
Why?
That is the reality.
Why?
Because
there's a
we know what to know.
What's the reality? It cannot go to be human being.
No, I'm not saying that. Listen to me very well. I'm saying that based on the statistics available. Even the recent survey.
I don't understand.
No, let me. You will not understand.
I need you to explain.
No,
yes.
So allow me to finish. You see, there are surveys. So far, we have 3 surveys. One from Benefson, one from Legon,
University of Ghana,
the Frederick
and there is a new one. The first one says is a one-touch win. The second one says is a one-touch win. The third one says there will be a runoff. What it means is, even if you look at the percentages, it was 51-52. That is the first win, the first 2 wins. And the runoff means nobody is getting 50 plus 1 vote. That is the threshold that you need to reach. So that should tell you that the 2 political parties, per the statistics available, their numbers have not reduced. So it will be difficult for a celebrity, no matter how influential you are, to convince people in terms of bread and butter issues.
That was what I was giving you the background.
To do a 360 that will catapult somebody who, in terms of the percentage, does not even have 0.5 votes to get 50 plus 1.
And then there's another part of it. You know, say in the various communities, they believe the local organizer and take his word serious even than the celebrity. Because beyond their relatives, there's something that is often said, development is local. So if they are there and they have some issues with, say, fertilizer and they are cocoa farmers, there is the organizer of even the ruling party or the other party. They believe in more than what the celebrity says in Accra is taking money to do. And check the history. Anytime the parties have consistently used celebrities, it gets people angry rather. Check from 2000,
because they think they're siphoning money.
Check 2016.
Them. Yeah.
It gets the people angry rather, particularly when they feel like, okay, there are few things that is happening here. I don't want to go into it because obviously it's not a political show. But it gets them angry like, but if there are A, B, C, D things and they are hearing that, that's why the celebrities will not speak to the fact that they've been paid. They would like to hide it so that it looks like, oh, it's a generic thing, I believe in it. But when it's been leaked outside there and they know that, oh, you've actually taken money, it gets them angry.
You're taking us for granted.
Yes, it's like you're taking me for granted, but most importantly, there are key issues that have not been sorted out for me. And you are
there's another issue that's linked to politics, so I would want us to finish this one. Ernest, are you done, please?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Please.
Yeah, can I borrow your...
Yes, please. Do that. You would have drawn yours closer, but to uproot,
you believe.
Right, Ernest, please shoot.
Yeah,
Andy. Yes,
I think that this issue is going through this industry and.
Please, can you be brief? Today?
Yeah, I'm very, very brief, under 2 minutes.
Andy,
what I'm trying to say is that first of all, it's important for us to look at the relevance, the importance celebrities, the kind of effect they have when it comes to brands. The second question too will be that why does corporate companies and organizations, whenever they want to do brand activations, they try to use celebrities? It tells you that they have some amount of influence. Wait. You remember when the number 1 issue came, the men's gold issue came, there was section of society that was even saying that celebrities who endorse men's good, who influence should also be held liable for whatever people have gone through from the men's good issue. It tells you that individuals, society, the locals and what have you, they derive some sort of inspiration from celebrities when they're able to endorse a particular product, when they give a hype. It's the reason why Gaming Commission is chasing celebrities not even to endorse products, because per their assessment, they think that if a celebrity endorse a particular product, alcoholic, so be it, it then, hype it to the level that it amplifies the product for rural folks and other persons to also consume the product. So I'm saying that we can use the same mathematics for politics.
No, not in politics.
Yes.
No, not in politics.
Politics
is a different thing altogether.
Why do people always say politics is different?
Politics is
why is politics? Why is politics
It's about your reality.
Is
not what somebody
is
says.
politics built in the trees? Is politics built in the trees? People should tell me. Is politics built in the trees or it is built in
Politics is
built on the N1 road? Is politics built in the trees?
Okay, hold on.
The same managing directors we have them heading in heading institutions. Are they not the same people going around the country? The CEO for 3 music awards is he not the same person who is doing communication for NDC? The CEO for 3 music awards is he not the same human being who is sitting here wearing black cap giving us mathematical analysis?
Allow him to finish.
Is he not the same person?
What I'm saying is,
so how is politics? What is different about politics?
Please finish. Thank you.
So that's my fact. That's why I'm saying that you people should stop saying politics is a different thing.
It's
not different.
Ernest.
It is not different. So how? Give me five proofs. Give me 5 reasons why you think politics is different.
We've given 5.
Or even 3 reasons already. Or even 3. Andy.
Hitz FM.
This is Hitz.
I'm not very happy. Sadiq, you've interjected on so many occasions.
Thank you so much for that small that jingle. That you do that frequently. Do that frequently to save the time. So I'm saying that. You see, Andy, I am telling you that I'm saying that.
It can't.
Let us.
No, but polls and surveys are there.
Andy,
whether you like it or not, it's there.
From where we sit.
Why did?
Why are you guys doing it? Or why are you heckling?
I'll come into a time too. You see, from where we sit as brand executives and persons who controls brands, it's important for us to drum this agenda that celebrities' endorsement to political campaigns are very much influential and weighty enough for them wherever they are sitting, for them to have to believe in the celebrity endorsement that we keep giving to them. Because if we are here, we are even not sure of the effect of celebrities giving endorsement to political parties. Those who are sitting in their various V8 by this time, what would they be thinking about the celebrities? The 2 million Ghanaians, the 3 million Ghanaians we are be calling for. What effect would it make? So it is important for us as brand executives to justify the inclusions of celebrities on political endorsements. And I'm telling you that
their microphones are off.
Yes,
turn them, so go
forever.
ahead.
Let them be off. Even let them to go home. Let them go home. And let me tell you that as we are speaking, and do you know how if that Lumba is seen, do you know how many people will have a change of mind to see that Lumba standing together with a Kufuor on a plant on a rally grounds? Do you know the effect? Do you know the effect? Do you know how many people for the just hearing of Daddy Lumba's song? Do you know the effect it has on people?
But it happened some years ago when Daddy Lumba endorsed.
Your microphone is off. You have a beautiful woman sitting by you. Talk to the lady and let's continue here.
Yeah, thank you. Daddy Lumba endorsed Nana Akufo-Addo.
Good.
Yet he didn't win. He lost.
You see, let me tell you, where you're coming from may be a factor. But you see, in life, there are times and seasons for everything.
At that time, even when he endorsed Akufo-Addo, he was very active. Now that he is not giving us the hits.
But I'm also telling you that there are times and seasons for everything. There are seasons, there are times. There were times when this Sadiq that is making noise in this studio was not even vocal in NDC. He was not even recognized. Today, generations have gone, and today, he has become a pivotal person in the party. You understand? It is times and seasons, and we cannot write it off. But hammering on my point, I will still insist, and I, Dr. Enes Kwesenin, I want to stand upon my point and establish that celebrity endorsement has huge effect on political platforms and political positions. Because the people that these celebrities relate to, they have something special, some special connection is there. It's like a mother and a daughter. There's a special connection between them. That's when these celebrities are seen making it. That's why society always wants their celebrities to stay off from political grounds. because of the kind of social the kind of sexual intercourse that is between them.
Okay,
so it's always important that we try to, as much as possible, to accord celebrities this kind of privilege.
Right,
I'm telling you, they make a lot of sense.
Thank you.
And
All right, listeners.
No, you can't add anything.
You can't add anything. What have you add? There's nothing you can add. We are done. Well, let me read some few comments on Twitter. Twitter is blazing hot. Nana Kweku says, Brandy, I don't understand why all of a sudden Sadiq has changed. Now, dear, you are becoming unbecoming. Igbe Commando says, Brandy, I totally agree with Mr. Kumi's submission. If celebrities can really influence votes, then they should all influence voters to vote a Donko so that I can be the Minister of Happiness. If Mr. Logic doesn't understand, he should come for extra class. Global King Kong says, Brandy, if Alai Shatawale doesn't mean does that mean if you support NDC or MPP or if you endorse political party, I should vote for that? Oji Wangana says, and the people who change their votes is people who are disappointed in their political parties and new voters. Hey, Andy, it's like today, the woman power is working. All your soldiers are in the studio. The man is trying to speak. Logic 1, 2, 3, fire. Nana Gwegu says, hi, good morning. If I agree, celebrities can influence fans. Brandy, please just imagine the fan came to the studio when Shatawale was in the studio and Shatta endorsed party A or B. Can this high fan
if that person doesn't have
influenced by Shatawale? If the person doesn't have food to whoever, please let me finish. Oh, Jack. Oh, Charlie. Oh. Hey, please, thank you.
No, that one
please,
is a different reality.
Gentlemen, your microphones are on.
Let it be off.
I'm saying no, they are on to keep you in check. So please, thank you. Don't interrupt. Thank you. Olasti says Sadiq, and for instance, he has said this for about 13 times before wrapping up his submission. For instance. But Andy, Mr. Logic these days has to take it cool when it comes to political issues. He goes too hard and take issues too much serious. Global King Kong says, Brandy, I will say celebrities have influence on fans, but now things have changed. And I don't think it can influence we the fans to again, because if any of them win, neither do they know we. It's only the celebrities who benefit from it. Richard Kranchankuma says, Andy Sarkodie, who has the largest following on social media with 4 million followers, both on Twitter and Instagram, said Nana Twasu in his Happy Day song. I don't think they will be influenced to vote for Nana just because Sarkodie endorsed Nana. Kuli Machanta says, I love in capital letters. Andy, tell Baba Sadiq that now we have free water, free lights, and now free SHS, so 4 more for Nana to do more. What you talk about, Andy? I say tell Sadiq to put on clothes. Original slide says every public figure has people who like them and those who don't. Yes, he will win some people for the endorsement, but equally lose some. It goes both ways. And I love Samini and Uncle Rex, but their endorsement has not blinded me from my reality. The insults, please. Okay. And Nana Kweku says celebrity endorsement don't change the minds of a suffering citizen. I like Sarkodie, Samini and Shatawale. But the endorsement doesn't influence our votes. And I'm not voting because nothing has changed. Because Emma Obi Papa. Okay. I mean, compared to Mama Obi Papa. Okay. Well, Brown Eagle Eye 7 says, and depending on where I belong to, the celebrity would either encourage me or infuriate me. A celebrity can only influence me to patronize a product or brand, but not on my beliefs, because I'm a free thinker and I protect my beliefs. Celebrities don't influence people like me. Doku Clement says, Brandy, celebrities can't influence me to vote for a party because I'll be voting based on my experience. F. Nuete says, good morning, Andy and the team. I really like the way Sadiq speaks. He's well-informed and full of knowledge. Richard Kranchankuma says, celebrities cannot influence my vote, Brandy. That is the reason people who are only 18 years and above are allowed to vote. That age range means you are of age and nobody should decide for you. If a celebrity influences your vote, then you are a kid. He continues to say, celebrity cannot... Okay. Abdul Shafiu says, good morning, Andy. None of celebrity endorsements can change my mind to vote in a favor. Because they've taken their money to endorse, so why should I vote in favor of them? Grody Love says, I'm a strong lover of high grade. I mean, Saminian with this affiliation to FBN Bank, I got signed up and I'm going to vote for MPP. Oji Wangana says, Andy, Ibigana we day. Artists can never influence my votes. Never. They can't influence fans all the time. Andy is Don Chega, aka Lucio, and please tell Logic not to sit close to the lady because it will influence him on the show today. Igbe Commando says, good morning, Brandy. No celebrity can influence my votes, and I mean no celebrities. We all have preferences. Yeah, Nana Protocol says, Brandy, celebrities can influence votes because we have floating voters, and using celebrities are all parts of campaign strategies. And Brandy, please look at the brands they are the face of. Well, example, Storm and Boss Energy Drink. Junior Toothpick says, Andy, to me, I will never be convinced if Storm Boy and Lyrical Joshua endorse a political party. I feel these two main aspirants, MPP and NDC, ain't fit for the job. Hence, I'm not voting this year. And Ponson says, good morning, Brandy. It can influence me, pa. Endorsements are parts of campaigns, and if what that celebrity is saying makes sense, why not? Zakaria Adams Abdul-Amin said, Daddy, for me, a celebrity endorsement can really influence my vote, obviously. Daddy, for instance, the way I really love you, in fact, if you endorse a political party today, I will definitely vote for that particular party. I see. Me. Okay. Kwaguskanti says, celebrities can never influence my voting in any way. Example is, I'm a fan of Kwame Eugene, and he being endorsed by Adonkones level won't influence me to buy it. Original Sly says, answer is no. I'm the only one who can influence my vote. And if really people understand the word democracy, they wouldn't attack any one public figure or not for supporting a cause. Mohammed Abubakar says, Andy, wow, you are too much. You just got 2 new phones. I say, Kwashe boys, what? Interesting. Okay, so I'm going for a quick break. When I come back, Parliament is for serious-minded people. Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shades Dumelo. Stay with us on Showbiz Review here on Hitz 103.9 FM. We'll be right back. Now, over the weekend, well, the entertainment industry, in fact, the showbiz industry, were not very happy. Why? Because Foreign Minister shades or throw shades or take swipes at John Dumelo. She says Parliament is for serious-minded people. Now, a member of Parliament of Anyanso Tuoma, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Shirley Ayokobuchi, says Parliament is a serious business and not for actors. According to her, Parliament is for serious-minded people, and therefore the people of Ayawaso West Wogon should choose Lydia Alassane over Mr. Dumelo. Parliament is for serious-minded people and not people who have done some movies and think they are popular, she said. The minister used the opportunity to admonish the people of Ayawaso West Wogon to work hard and not sleep and ensure that the MPP emerges victorious in the impending election. It is a serious place. I will tell him. The laws of the country are enacted in Parliament. If our president can continue his job very well, he needs Lydia Alassane in Parliament to do the job. That all you need as a constituency will be easily given to you, she said. And that was what Honorable Shirley Ayokobuchi said. Now let's listen to what she said. I don't want to misquote her, please. So let's listen to what she said.
I 12 days. Between now and 7th of December, I 12 days. The national chairman can say, if we sleep, we will sleep. I am also welcome. Because the civilizers are dangerous. Parliament, no, what's now on the ground? As I said, on San this is not the time. Remember, people from Abeshen and Nemo. Parliament is a very serious business. It's a serious place. I know what a young for our who said, or my movies, or my films, or my popular. It is a serious place. The laws of our country are enacted in the Parliament of Ghana. Now, say, for consequence, I know, won't stop it. That's how, now we have mistake. And if you are went to movie that I don't want the movie. If I would tell.
It's 103.9 means entertainment.
Let me begin with you, Sadiq.
Andy, I mean, it's a very unfortunate statement. Within the weekend, I said that it was a careless statement to make. And I called attention of particularly Socrates. I drew his attention to something. Remember when NPP won its election, and there was a whole conversation about Socrates and Mark being considered for deputy ministers. And there was an article that was written about they being classless, not fit to be ministers. I remember a few of us in the industry rose up to their defense and made a lot of noise about the fact that we don't think they are. And if there's an opportunity to appoint them, they should be appointed. Again, when the MPP read their manifesto, and we realized that it wasn't Mark or Socrates who have been working within the creative arts space for the party all this while, and it was a lawyer from Folklore Board. A lot of us felt livid. I remember we came in here, Logic could remember, and I said that no, this should have been Mark, because I felt that these people that have been working within it, when it gets to the point to really position them for the future, they should be considered. But I realized something, that generally, politicians generally do not have a certain regard for the arts. It wasn't until recently where, because we started to speak their language, speak the policy language, connected to the numbers, the data, the stats, and connected to employment before they started to see it in different lights, for instance. So I said that. Now take a look at this. Yes, she was referring to, she easily could have made a point about John Dumelo without necessarily saying that Parliament is a serious place and people that have done movies should not be considered there. Parliament, you make laws for every sector and every space, including the creative industry. So part of the reasons why the Creative Arts Bill, for instance, has taken a longer time in Parliament is because they will tell you there's a certain lack of non-specialists.
Honorable Fritz is in Parliament.
Yes, yeah, he's an actor. He's known as also as a comedian. So you shouldn't make that, because Parliament makes laws for different areas. So what I was expecting for industry to do is that rise to the defense and rally around. You know why? Because you see the thing that happened to Socrates, for which reason he went spend time on radio and crying. It was because within even his party, there was no regard for him even working within the space enough to give him information. So I made the point that whilst we are this, we need to continually make it known to all these politicians that, look, it's not enough to just talk down on the place and use that particular parliament knowledge, insight, understanding what exactly she knew better. She knows better, because from what I understand, she has a background in communications, which is also a creative, expressive art, creative industry job, or creative industry profession. So she knew better. And also as a foreign affairs minister, as somebody in charge of diplomacy, you should understand how it's. Do you know why in Tree they say, oh, if they want to say something, they say, oh, Sebi, Secremoni, acquire a friend. You put that caveat there to purge yourself. Sebi. That is why you say all these things. Or even if you had to go someplace, you could easily have said that, oh, I respect people from the creative industry. I like people from the creative industry, but this particular one that is saying that you should vote for him, he's not blah, 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 blah. You can speak to him directly, address it to him, because you're addressing him. But when you sort of generalize it and we don't deal with it, it goes to fuel the perception that they have of industry as a whole. These are not serious people. What is not serious about enabling an industry that could deliver so much more to your GDP? What is serious? Look, the creative industry as it stands now, the total number of people that have been registered on the National Education Authority, they are hitting close to 1 million. 1 million. Two different. When you look at it, the top 10 at number 6 and number 8 are all creative industry what's it called, jobs. What does that tell you? What that tells you is that this is an industry that has a tendency to employ a lot more people. Beyond that, this is an industry that has a certain to withstand a lot of shocks. When there are issues and stuff like that, it could employ a lot more people, particularly women and young people. So you don't talk it down or not. Why do you make it seem like the creative industry itself is not serious? The total advertising budget in this particular country annually is 300 million. And yet, just advertising alone, which is a creative industry, this thing. So that's the point that I'm saying that, Andy. Let's be.
Please
and I made the point to Secret the last time when we sat on radio when a certain woman said that, "Oh, you people, why are you people making noise about creative industry for politics?" But yeah, in yes, the main we answer, we go and do entertainment. And I said to the person, and that's a very myopic way of looking at it. Are you forgetting that there are people that earn their livelihoods from the creative industry? So let's continue to make these strong cases to these people so that they stop making these careless statements they keep making about the creative industry.
Right.
It is very, very careless and childish to be making some of these
analyses. Thank you very much. Ernest, please come.
Yeah, Andy. Okay, first of all, let me say that I'm happy the minister came out to say that. Personally, I'm happy.
Really?
Yes. Because I've been saying this over and over again, that as a people, our society, our community, we don't see creative as a serious business. Growing up, we've seen creative as a job for non-serious people who couldn't make it in life. You know, rooks.
Band boys. We are band boys.
You know, non-organized people. People with low purpose in life. That has been the background. Andy, growing up, nowadays, it's fine. Somebody can say I'm a DJ. But growing up, Andy, when you were going to school, could you have boldly gone in front of your father to tell him, when I grow, I want to be a DJ?
Sure.
School never a DJ. You know?
So, didn't I tell you that when I began radio, one man, I was similar to me, now,
you see, so the minister is re-echoing the mind of the Ghanaian. That is the perception about the creative arts. That is why some of us, when we in the industry keep fighting ourselves, to me, I get worried because it fuels the perception that we don't know what we are about. Because already that is a stereotype mentality that has been installed in our memory as a people. So we grow with it. Some of us, because we are in the industry and we understand the space, we've been reformed by the knowledge we have. But some of these people, they don't have it and they don't care. That is why somebody will call Andy to come and play. Somebody will call Andy to come and play a show, and when Andy charges, the person will say, "Hey, bebonyum keke." If it is keke, why don't you play it? Because as a people, we don't understand the role creative arts play, and because some of us too is good that nowadays shows like what we own, are educating people about the role of creative arts, drawing, architecture. All these things are part of.
Andy, after our debate with Mark on the TV3 thing, that was when a lot more people reached out and said, "Whoa, I didn't know you guys, your industry is this powerful." Because Mark was saying things, I was saying things, we were connecting it to the things, and now they're looking at it and like, "Whoa, is this how deep and powerful?" Like, yes, because over time, there's been a certain look down, nobody giving opportunity until now. That is why. And so we shouldn't allow some of these things to fester.
You see, so back to what I was saying. Let's say you go to parliament, you formulate policies and laws. At the end of the day, based on the policy, we are supposed to build a bridge. Who designs the bridge? Who designs the pipeline that we use to fetch water to your houses? Who designs even the toilet seat for you to sit on as a human being?
That is a creative.
Who designed the room that you sleep? Because we've not been able to let them know the day-to-day importance and role the creative arts industry play in our socio-economic development. They think that, okay, I am a lawyer, I am a teacher, I am a doctor, I am this, so I'm bigger than you. Because we've not been able to position ourselves well. But thank God that now people are beginning to understand the role the creative arts play in our economic building. Look, you are formulating a policy for me. You don't even understand what I stand for and my ideologies and my beliefs. So on what basis do you formulate those policies? Yes, you can try, but it wouldn't be like he who sits close to the fire. That is why I support some of our people getting into the political space to make our voices and our ideologies known, to to trumpet the importance of what we do to nation building so that people can understand. So the more people get to parliament, I loved it when I heard Sadiq and Mark, coming out with ideas based on where they sit and what they believe in, where they think the creative arts can be positioned in their party and in their government to ensure that they also play a role in making sure Ghana grows. So I will not fault the minister. In fact, I would beg Ghanaians to forgive her for quote and unquote her ignorance.
Right.
It's just born out of ignorance.
Right. Yeah.
I must say I was also very, very disappointed with the statements that the Honourable Minister made. I mean, with all due respect. But isn't it quite pathetic that you say the creative industry is not for... What was the word again?
Parliament is not for serious-minded people.
It's for serious-minded people. So, in quotes, creative arts people are not serious-minded people. Yes. Isn't it quite pathetic that you want votes and you make creative arts, people in the creative arts industry go and solicit for votes for you? I mean, what are you trying to say? I mean, you are employing celebrities to
just
go
and they will dump you.
That means you're using us. Exactly. As a creative myself, I think it is very patronizing. You are using us because, I mean, I was privileged to be in University of Ghana when Honorable Boache Ejakun of blessed memory was the Minister for Parliament or the MP for Member for Parliament for Ayawaso West Wugon, which Legon was under. And I think that man left very huge shoes for his predecessor to fill. And now I think because his wife is running, they expect so much from her and it is not going the way they want it to go. So, I mean, they are beginning to throw jabs here and there. And from what I witnessed, because, I mean, I was on campus when John Dumelo came and was doing his campaign, and he's trying to match up to what Honorable Boache Ejakun did. And I think he has a very good head on his shoulder and is trying to, going out of his way to pay school fees, going out of his way to actually go to the students to actually find out what their issues are. And I think Honorable Boache Ejakun did the same thing whilst I was in the University of Ghana. So for you to actually, I think it was a low blow. For you to actually go out of your way to say something like that, I think such a statement was uncalled for. And I mean, if you are doing your campaign, try to tell us what you are done and you've done and what you're going to do to actually make the constituency a better place rather than throw jabs at your opponent. That's all I have to say.
In your opinion, before you go, do you suggest she retracts her statement?
I think she should.
I see.
Yeah.
Ernest?
Yeah. Andy, I have prayed. I prayed this morning before coming to the studio. And the reason for the prayer was that I was actually asking God to descend heavily on me and then strengthen me so that I can have the strength and the fortitude to speak on this matter. As a creative art person, as a true patriot of the New Patriotic Party, listening to my Foreign Affairs Minister, Madam Shelley Ayokoboche, this submission that she made is below the belt statement. Let no industry person try to glorious or to shape it in any form. She erred, she goofed, and it is important for us to shape our workers, our ministers, whether you are wearing the party colors or not. I'm an NPP person, and I think that the statement, that even the second part of the statement that suggested that if you don't vote for this person, you all be sitting home, be watching movies. It's a serious indictment on our creative industry. With her orientation, her exposure as a foreign affairs minister, she should have at least recognize her position. Being a mother traveling across the country, world over, meeting here and there, she should have been a person who would rather project our creative art industry and not to make statements that would demean it or defame it in such a manner. The statement is heretical. And for me, like I said, I have prayed, and I believe that wherever she is this morning, she'll listen to this voice, and I'm calling upon her to, as a matter of urgency, retract, apologize to the creative art industry. Where she sits is a very delicate position, and it would not be too much fair as a mother, a person who herself also believes in the creative art. Madam Shelley Ayokoboche believes in the creative art. In fact, last week she even made a donation to the creative art team.
She was part of your manifesto.
She was even part of the manifesto. The persons who drafted the manifesto on creative art policies on the MPP manifesto.
Okay, so in this case, could it be that her target, she was addressing John Dumelo and not for the creative space?
I think that she was carried away.
Okay,
she was carried away at that moment, and that is the part which she got it wrong. She didn't also recognize the magnitude of the statement she was making as at the time.
Right.
So her infernos and the example that she gave her out. The second part, in fact, the first part that she even said, we could have even pardoned her on the first part, because the first part she said that for anybody who thinks she's celebrity, and you know when we were in school, we used to say that, oh, if it's up Papa West County, over to me, I say, you know, it used to be a regular statement. Oh, because you think you are tall, you think you can defeat me. That one could have been pardoned. But the second one, which landed on the wrong soil, to say that if you voted for this, if you vote for this person, you'll be sitting home watching movies. Supposedly, because you know the state of our industry, and even for our movie industry right now.
Taking a nosedive.
Exactly. And you know how we are struggling. We know the kind of difficulties we are in. It has to take Kwesi Ejiman of GTA, to rally support, financial support left and right, to even cushion some of them to be able to produce new movies. So for a whole Minister of Foreign Affairs to come out boldly like that, in that position, I think that she was crying more than they believed. Because even the person who is even in the constituency, the woman Lydia, who is even looking for that position, I'm not sure will make such a comment.
Right.
And that for me is a below the belt statement that Madam should apologize.
Right.
This is my opinion.
Right.
Anybody that is listening outside and is not comfortable with this one, I have spoken my mind.
Thank you.
And this is Kwesi's opinion,
right.
not the party's position.
Right, thank you.
I rest my case.
I wanted to say that this is the point where even she was supposed to say something that was going to redeem the Madam Lydia Al-Hassan, because she had gotten a bad rep on social media for the altercation she had with John Dumelo. Yes, over Friday. So this was the point. This was the time where you were supposed to redeem your party and redeem your candidate. But then you ended up throwing jabs. I think it was really uncalled for.
Salaji,
Andy,
can you wrap it all up?
Such an indictment. It's sad. I always say that when you stand on political platforms to speak to the issues. I always say these things. Don't attack people. And I think the president should call this lady, Honorable Shelley Ayoko, to order to apologize. She must be made to apologize executively, by executive powers. Because, Andy, as we speak, creative arts and creative industry is the main conversation in this year's election. I mean, we have taken center stage in all the discussions. We are the center stage itself. As a matter of fact, all creative people are hoping that, on the side of NDC and on the side of MPP, we are all fighting for the same cause. So when you have the chance to speak, you don't speak against the personalities involved. Because look, what she said affects all of us. People think that sometimes even people who send comments and messages to your show, some say that you sit on radio, you don't have a job. Some don't even know that we are CEOs who come here to talk. They don't know. They think we are some vagabonds who don't know what they are about. Look, we are CEOs. We are self-made men. You understand? We have checkbooks, double checkbooks. So what I'm saying is that what Honorable said, Andy, it's sad. As an MPP man, as an activist, a strong NPP activist, I will not support this sort of agenda. John Dumelo is an NDC man, but he's not our enemy. He's our brother. So me, I wouldn't want to say much about Honorable, but I think that what she said, if she don't see the urgency in apologizing as soon as possible, so we'll stop discussing this matter in a time like this. We have about 5-6 days to elections. Do you know how many creative people will be discouraged to vote for MPP in the creative agenda for saying these things? Look, we should not let NDC leverage on this mistake because the conversation is going on, Andy. It's going on, and the more they speak, we will support this agenda.
Now let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you think it will affect votes?
On the creative side, yes.
On the creative
yes,
side?
it will. Because Andy, what she said, if Sadiq cries out, I'll cry out equally because I'm a creative guy. Not because I'm MPP. If Sadiq says it's wrong, I'll say, oh, it's right. What she said, no, I won't do that. We live in the same glass house.
I mean,
yes.
If this is what you think about the creative industry,
then
when
she
you are
has
coming
no regard
into
for all of
power,
us. Yes.
then
Andy.
what are you going to do for the industry when
so
you are
Andy,
in power?
I said, go back to
Andy.
the time they come appoint.
Andy, I want to come to
Sadiq. Socrates and Mark. Somebody made a statement that
I want to speak to NDC's own side also. John should also exercise some sort of restraint when he's speaking because look, in as much as we will not condone this one from Honorable Sheria Yoko, we won't equally from John also. So we should all learn to understand that when we are speaking, we should speak to the issues. Because that altercation we're talking about, I saw John walking out on the discussion. I think it was also unfortunate. He was. I think he was provoked and then he was walking out.
He says she's insulted.
She's in a tree or can say me. I don't know what she said. Andy, so what I'm saying is that the president of the republic is an honorable man. He's a lawyer. He's a statesman. This sort of stereotype ideologies, they don't exist anymore. It's old school. So they should call Honorable Shirley Ayoko by executive powers to render apology to the creative art industry, Andy, because if this is what she thinks about us, then I don't think we are going somewhere. I don't think we are going. It's very sad. I respect this woman so much, Andy. I respect this woman so much, but this one there is a no. It's a no, and I'm asking for executive call for her to apologize because if she don't apologize, this can affect the creatives, the number of creatives who have decided to vote for MPP. They will think MPP has no better mind or vision for the creatives. They will think they are only patronizing the creatives. I don't want it that way.
Already, you need to add that already struggling with your promises to them.
We are not struggling. We are not struggling anywhere. We are fine.
I think.
All right.
I told you I will leverage on it.
All right, so this is where we come to the end of the program. Thank you all very much for listening. Let me read some few comments and back out. Charlie, issues there, plenty tweets, man. But let me try and limit them. Now, Nana Kweku says, Brandy, I think the minister was out of ignorance saying that, but please ask Kumi to tell us something he said on his King Kaimi show yesterday on the topic.
This is Hitz.